Alright, so welcome to part 2 of our gameplay. Now, for those of you who don't remember, we drafted an Orzhov control deck with like 3 board wipes, and we have a bunch of spot removal like Banishing Light, Hang's Executioner. And our main plan is to just stall the game up until we can win with our win conditions, which are mainly Ulamog and then a bunch of other creatures that we have in the deck. And the deck is pretty much a control deck built around Ulamog. So we're currently 2-1. The loss was mainly because of me not knowing, not piloting very well. So like we're gonna continue off on our route, and I do believe that this deck can get us the 7 wins, and I do believe that we will get there. So let's see if I'm right or let's see if I'm wrong. Alright, so opponent goes first. Currently my hand is a bit bad. Maybe I'm relying on the temple to kind of fix it. Having access to a board wipe on turn 4 is good enough in my opinion for me to keep this hand, and I have a scry for the Temple of Plenty. So even though the hand seems kind of weak currently, I think we can get there, so like I'm gonna keep. If opponent is too aggressive, maybe we don't get there, but like currently, alright, so we get another land, meaning that we're only lacking another swamp and then we're good. Hanged Executioner is good, but I'd much rather ensure that we get to our land. And then if opponent plays a turn 2 play, we have our Chainer's Edict up, so I'm very glad to play Chainer's Edict on curve. That's something I'm very happy about doing. Opponent, do you play anything on turn 2? Alright, he plays a Caryatid. I'm gonna be glad to take away my opponent's ramp. So like opponent, I'm sorry, but like no ramp for you. I really hope opponent wasn't counting on this to kind of get him into his third mana. Alright, he does have mana, so I didn't screw up that plan. Heliod, alright. So Elspeth Conquers Death is likely going to be very good in the future. I think I'm gonna Golden Egg now, just to like kind of see more of my deck. Play a Plains, and then that should be enough for our turn. Next turn maybe we drop Elspeth, and then maybe we drop Dawn of Hope. It really depends on what opponent does. I'm not that afraid of Heliod just because of the Ulamog. I mean, yes, Ulamog is far off. Oof, Heliod with the Dawn of Hope. That's actually scary. I think I'm gonna start trying to apply some pressure with Elspeth. So I'm gonna create 2/1/1 human soldiers. But what I would have really liked in Arena is that if Elspeth is on the field and then Heliod is on the field, like some kind of dialogue happens between them. I mean, just like because you know the whole Elspeth Heliod story, that would have been very cool in my opinion. I'm gonna not memory leak actually. I'm gonna Elspeth's Nightmare this Citizen Champion, just because I don't want him to draw a bunch of cards. I don't want to have to deal with that later on. And then we're going to attack with our Elspeth tokens, and then we're gonna activate Elspeth to make even more tokens, and then we're just gonna play our Dawn of Hope. And next turn we can maybe sacrifice Golden Egg, gain life, pay 2 to draw a card. That's super good. Or we just memory leak that way. Depending on what we see from our opponent's hand with the Nightmare, I'm gonna decide on what's the plan. Alright, opponent ramps, which tells me that he might have something in his hand that he really wants to get to, or it could be simply that he just alright, he is also playing blue. Maybe he just doesn't want me to take it. Alright, he has a Mantle of the Wolf and a Time Wipe. So currently opponent doesn't have a lot to do besides activating his Dawn of Hope. I think we take the Time Wipe. And then we take this Mantle of the Wolf using our memory leak. Is that good enough? That's my question. I mean, Mantle of the Wolf is currently not that good because he has access to nothing. But then he could activate Dawn of Hope and then get something, so like I don't think I wanna give him that option. So I think we just memory leak now. Yeah, let's just memory leak now. Get rid of this mantle. I mean, sorry opponent, but like that's how my deck functions. And currently we are very far off from casting our Ulamog, but the Bag of Holding can just exile Ulamog under it, so like that's good with me. We're gonna give up to 2 creatures +2/+1 because we are trying to kind of get over with this game as fast as possible. We're just going to attack. Alright, opponent is down to 10. Currently opponent can start activating his Dawn of Hope, and then I know he has double Dawn of Hope activation. And then his tokens grow whenever he activates his Heliod. That's not something I'm happy about, like not at all. So like currently the game is not looking insane for us, but I mean I think we're gonna be fine. If we do get to Ulamog mana, currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're not that far off from Ulamog, so I think we're very fine with just attacking and passing. Do I even attack? If I attack, he's gonna get to gain 1 life and then draw some cards. I think I don't even attack at this stage. Dawn of Hope did screw our plan a bit, but like I think we should be fine. Currently at end step, we can sacrifice this to gain some life, and draw a card with Dawn of Hope, and then Bag of Holding. I'm trying to get into Elspeth Conquers Death just to deal with this Heliod. Besides that, there's not a lot of things that are bothering me currently, so like I think we should be fine. Double Dawn of Hope activation is annoying. He's attacking with a soldier. I think I block anyways because he's gonna gain the life, and I wouldn't want him to draw this because Heliod is not gonna put a counter on something. Yeah, this is a very cool deck opponent, I have to say. But I really want to know what's the blue splash for. Like really, why are you splashing blue? So Dawn of Hope is gonna get to draw him some cards. He's getting back into the game with card advantage. I think I just blow up Dawn of Hope, although that blows up mine. Or can I just survive a couple of turns even if he gets his card advantage? How can I blow up Dawn of Hope with the Blast Zone? That's a very good question. I really don't know what's the correct play currently. It highly depends on what my opponent does now. Alright, so he takes a Godless Shrine. I think we just try to get into Ulamog, so we're gonna sacrifice our Golden Egg. And then we're gonna activate Dawn of Hope to draw, pay 2, we're gonna draw a card, so pay 1, pay 2. We get Vanishing Light, so we can stop Dawn of Hope anyways, so I think we're fine. I'm gonna activate Bag of Holding. Do we stop Dawn of Hope or Heliod? I think we just stop Dawn of Hope. Alright, so I'm gonna put Ulamog under, just because we don't have the mana to cast him now, and then we can get it back at any point with the 4 mana, so I think we're gonna be fine with that route. And we have a Baffling Hand. Alright, so it seems good. We're just gonna Banishing Light, take care of this Dawn of Hope. Opponent, please don't have a counter spell. I mean, there's no counter spell besides Negate and 1 blue, so I don't think he has any. And then we could just Shatter the Sky to set back opponent on equal terms, but I don't think we need to do that. Alright, so currently we're a bit ahead, seeing how we have an active card engine, card advantage engine, and opponent does not. And we could have Baffling and the Heliod, I think. It says... No, he's not a creature yet, so we can't do it now, but we might be able to do it in the future. Idyllic Tutor. Alright, if he takes care of Bag of Holding, Mirari's Wake. That's actually super cool. His tokens now grow out of my range, and that's insane, honestly. Alright, so these are... this is a 3-3 now, so I'm probably gonna block it with everything. Besides that, I'm not that scared of what the opponent might do. So opponent attacks with just this 3-3. I think I'm just going to block, block, block. I mean, that is like a bad trade. I mean, it's not the worst thing ever. Currently, opponent doesn't have access to a lot of things, and then Ulamog just can end the game on his own. So we're pretty fine, if you ask me. Now the question is, do I activate Dawn of Hope or do I activate Bag of Holding? I think we Bag of Holding, just because it gives us more looks at the top of our deck. I think we get rid of the Baffling, and we could have gotten rid of the Shatter the Sky, because the board wipe currently isn't doing anything, but like, I don't think we need to board wipe, and I'd rather keep the option for the future, so I think we just go with that. And now we could just play Elspeth, or we can Chainer's Edict, or what I'm inclined to do is activate Dawn of Hope, and then so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana, then we have 2 to draw, and then we have 2 to activate Bag of Holding, so I think that's the plan. This Banishing Light taking care of opponent's Dawn of Hope is the best thing ever, because Dawn of Hope, if it's sticked, the game would have literally it wouldn't have ended, but like imagine Mirari's Wake with Dawn of Hope. That's actually super cool. Alright, opponent, I'm gonna wait for you to activate, to use your Unite of Autumn, and then I'm gonna decide what to do. If he forces the Bag of Holding, I'm gonna... sadly, this does give him back his Dawn of Hope, but how much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're 2 turns away from Ulamog. And then we can board wipe his Dawn of Hope. Yeah, I don't think we have options anyway, so like might as well not waste time and then just let this happen. Sadly, Dawn of Hope comes back, and I'm very, very annoyed by that fact, but I mean, we're gonna have to live with it and then stall up until we get Ulamog. Yeah, we're gonna activate our Dawn of Hope, and then we're gonna block. I think I just want to destroy this Dawn of Hope, so I think we just put counters on the Blast Zone. Even though this does kill our own Dawn of Hope, but I think Dawn of Hope is the only thing that can get him back into this game, so I think I just deal with that. Because he has so much mana with Mirari's Wake, and I don't think I want to give him the option of getting back into this game that much. And now, then if I force the issue, we could just... I'm not going to use this to draw cards, no, I'm going to decline. And then if we force the issue, we can just board wipe after he kind of makes all of his tokens, so we're fine with that. I'm gonna put 1 counter on Blast Zone. Yes, this does get rid of our Dawn of Hope, but I think if I have an active Ulamog on the field, I'm literally gonna win the game anyway, so like might as well just go for that. I hope opponent drew a creature and then he plays it. Alright, he didn't draw a creature. So I'm gonna activate my Blast Zone and then just kind of force out the issue. We don't lose anything besides our Dawn of Hope, so we're gonna have to force this issue out of him. Opponent, do you activate your Dawn of Hope now? If he does, we just board wipe. He doesn't even use it. That feels weird. That feels very weird for me. Yeah, oops, opponent. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered anyways, opponent, really. So we have access to 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. I think we just play our Jet Presence and then we pass, although it's gonna get killed. Shatter the Sky sadly gives him a card. But I mean, what could he top deck? I don't think there's anything that could hurt me that much. I mean, if he gets anything to deal with our Ulamog, that's annoying. Besides that, I think I'm fine. So I'm actually... How many lands do we have currently? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I'm gonna just play a land and pass. We're currently trying to get into our Ulamog lands, so we just activate Bag of Holding and step, and then we go from there. Yes, I think maybe having a board wipe would have been a good option as well, but I think we're gonna be fine. Alright, so opponent gets a Knight. That's actually super cool. Knight is very good in this position. Although, how many lands does he have in grave? 1. So I think we just board wipe next turn. I mean, this turn after opponent plays his threat. It doesn't seem like he has anything to deal with my Bag of Holding. But I mean, at least I would want to have the option to activate Bag of Holding just in case. So that's why I didn't go for that route. Thankfully, nothing activates the Heliod yet, so I'm very happy with that. So we're gonna take an attack for 4, for 7, but I think it's fine. Especially that he's just gonna gain life and I'm fine with that. You can gain all of the life you want, opponent. Ulamog is just going to end your dreams anyways, so like I'm fine. Alright, so we do take a huge hit. And his creatures keep on growing, but we're just going to shatter this guy and shatter his dreams. So I'm fine with anything that happens currently. Trust me, we will win this game with Ulamog, just believe. Opponent has 14 cards in his library, meaning that one attack from Ulamog is enough to end the game. We're gonna activate our Bag of Holding. Please get us into something good. Another board wipe. Is that what we need? I actually want this because it doesn't draw him cards, but do we have the mana to activate it and keep the Bag of Holding up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, we don't. So I'm gonna have to believe in my top deck skills. So I think we just put the Dread Presence under, just in case. So like, I'd rather keep my board wipes and my Shatter this guy in hand just to get the option. Alright, so my top deck skills do work. We're just gonna run Cloak Giant, cast off all of your field. Goodbye opponent's field. He can't even activate this sadly. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're missing 1 land. And that's very annoying. I mean, 1 land is all we need to just cast our Ulamog, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we just need 1 land. Depending on what opponent does, I'm gonna decide what to do with my Bag of Possibility. Opponent's gonna ramp even more. Do I have anything to kill this Beanstalk Giant? No. Actually, we can just flashback our Chainer's Edict. So like, I think I'm happy. I think I'm very happy with this turn of events. So we're just gonna activate our Bag of Holding to dig deeper into our deck and then to kind of get the land. Alright, so we do get the land. And I'm currently very good. Currently we can flashback Chainer's Edict. Although that does take us away from the mana from Bag of Holding, so I'm not sure what do we do at this stage. I mean, a Giant could gain him so much life that I'm very afraid of what could happen because of that. So if we flashback Chainer's Edict, we do lose the Bag of Holding. But I don't think opponent has that many ways to deal with it. So if he does top deck it, I mean, yes, this is a big misplay. But if he doesn't, I think I'm fine. Alright. So all of what we need is opponent not to top deck anything. I'm losing connection, so I'm gonna be right back. Alright, so connection is back. Opponent top decked the first R1 games and then he just played it, so I think I'm fine with that. My Bag of Holding survives. So I think that we're pretty set for the future. We might just deal with this so opponent can draw cards. I'm gonna activate the Bag of Holding. I could have scryed with this. I mean, I could have cycled this, but I don't think we need to, because that way we get to use it again in the future, and that's something super cool. So do we activate the Bag of Holding now? That's the question. Currently, if I activate the Bag of Holding, that's 4 mana. We have 5. I'm gonna keep the Swamp just in case I wanna play the... We're gonna activate this. Alright, so we're gonna activate the Bag of Holding. Alright, we're gonna get back everything to our hand. Alright, come back hand. We're gonna play the Jet Presence. And then we're gonna play a Swamp. And then kill this, gain 2 life. Alright, so we're gonna play this. We're gonna deal... No, I didn't want to gain... I didn't want to... Alright, so I'm just gonna Baffling End this just so he doesn't get put 3 counters on anything. Then just waste his triggers for nothing. But I mean, I could have just shot it with Jet Presence, but I mean, I misclicked. And yes, misclicking is the thing that always gets me in arena. So I don't think opponent is gonna have something to disrupt our hand. So if he doesn't, I think we're good. Alright, so this has to be dealt with, obviously. But I mean, you can just Ulamog it, really. Alright, yeah, you can get your sapling. I don't really care. I'm just gonna shoot it down with the land. Actually, I can't shoot it down with the land. Yeah, we can after we play our Ulamog. So Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. We're gonna exile this, and we're gonna exile. At this stage, I think Heliod is the only thing that's bothering me, really. I mean, this is not really good when he has nothing on the field. So yeah, I think Ulamog, and now then we play a land. And then after playing a land, we just kill this off. He doesn't get to draw anything. Yeah, give anything you want left, opponent is gonna die anyway. So like, I don't really care. Do whatever you want. I'm fine with everything. And then he's just dead if he can't deal with Ulamog. So we're gonna play our Swamp. And then we're gonna have our Jet Presence deal 2 damage to this. We're gonna gain 2 life. I'm sorry the games are long, but I mean, you can't play control if the games are not long. So like, forgive me for that. And now we just attack with our Jet Presence for 3. Alright. Opponent next turn is lethal if you don't get to deal with Ulamog. So like, what can you do? Floor is all yours. Alright, so opponent is not going to do anything with this Iron Games, and opponent concedes, and with that we earn the win. Alright, so internet issues have been fixed. We're going into our fourth game currently. I think this is a very good hand, especially with how much this can stall, so I think we just keep this. Especially that we're going first, so we actually get to trigger this as much as we can. I'm gonna keep whatever Swamp I top deck for as long as possible so I can use it with Jet Presence. Alright, so opponent is playing Izzet. Is there anything I should be wary about? I think, no, it's too soon to worry about Niv-Mizzet, so like, I think I'm not worried about anything. And seeing how opponent didn't attack, I think we just attack with our Enforcer. We just play a Golden Hand and then we draw a card. Alright, so Baffling End was a good play, top deck. I'm sorry, connection issues have been very annoying these past couple of days. We're just going to attack with our Enforcer, and then just going to play our Triumph tap, and then we're just going to pass. Sadly, I'm not going to be able to play the Spawn of Mayhem on the curve. Maybe what I should have done is just passed, and then activated this on end step. And then after activating this on his end step, played the Spawn of Mayhem on my turn. That could have been a line of play, but I did not see it, so forgive me for that. Currently I hope he attacks with the Sailor, just because I want to like, or if he plays a Shark on it, I really hope he puts the Dasher Octopus on it. That's something I would be very happy about, seeing how I would 2-for-1 him. Alright, so opponent doesn't even attack. Alright, opponent does attack, so that's good for me. Currently I'm trying to set up this one of Mayhem on my turn, so let's see how successful I will be. I mean, even if this gets killed, at least we have the Baffling End to deal with the Spectre Sailor. Alright, so it doesn't get killed. So I think we just set up our Spawn of Mayhem. Does that resolve opponent? Since you're playing blue, maybe you have an Essence Scatter. Alright, so it does resolve. Alright, so it does resolve, and that's something I'm really happy about. Shark Typhoon getting cycled is not that annoying, so I think we should be fine. Let's see what happens in the future of this game. Let's see. So opponent now currently can just stay back, keep using his Sailor, and that's not something I'm happy about. If I top deck a Swamp, I can play... Alright, so he doesn't use his Sailor actually, so I think we get to deal with his Sailor next turn. Hopefully we top deck a Swamp, and then we can play Jet Presence, play a Swamp, deal 2 damage to the Sailor, and then kill it. So that's something I hope happens, because I do not want this to stay on the field, especially with the Ram that my opponent just did. I don't think I should be afraid of Niv-Mizzet, because the opponent didn't even draw anything. I mean, didn't even get blue sources with his migration path. So I think we Baffling End this Spectre Sailor, because I really do not want him to get that card advantage rolling, and I think we just attack with our Enforcer and with our Spawn of Mayhem. That should be a good enough turn. If opponent ever extends his board way too much, we have our Realm Cloak Giant in case we do actually eventually draw into a land. Besides that, I think we should be fine. let's see what's going on. Sorry by the way for the ringtone from the call, but people keep on calling me. Apparently I'm famous that way. So opponent is down to 11, and my deck is not supposed to be an aggro deck, but I mean, you kind of play to what like the game gives you, and this is currently what the game is giving us: a bunch of aggro threats and an aggro start. Opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. What should I be afraid of? I really don't know what's in this. I mean, I haven't memorized the cards that are in this format, but I think I should be fine. I mean, theoretically, we're very ahead. Even if opponent plays something, I think just having the option to board wipe if we do draw something, and then if he plays something huge, we have our Elspeth Conquers Death to deal with that. So like, are we behind? I don't think so. Are we ahead? Don't think so too. I think this game can go either way currently, especially seeing how I'm not drawing any lands, I'm not drawing into anything. So let's see. The hope is me top decking a land and then opponent playing something very huge. He plays a Crisis. Sadly, that's the only thing that Elspeth Conquers Death cannot hit. But I mean, I think we should be fine. If we do draw a swamp, we can play Jet Presence, attack, and then when he shoots down our Spawn of Mayhem, we get to just kill it. Or we can just stop it down and then attack opponent. That's also an option. Really depends on what we draw. I think I'm gonna gain life now, just to do something with my mana. So opponent take one, I take one. Alright, swamp is definitely an option. So do I go for the route that I mentioned? I think we do. Yeah, I think we definitely go for that. I'm gonna attack with Spawn of Mayhem. If opponent blocks, I'll play Jet Presence, shoot it down, and then we have a Law Rune Enforcer up. He's probably thinking, why am I not activating my Law Rune Enforcer? I could have held this back, but I don't think we need to. I think just staying ahead on the board state is more important to me. If this survives, I think we're simply quite ahead. Deal 2, gain 2 life, and now we have this to activate it in case opponent plays anything that's scary. So currently we're not that ahead. I'm not gonna lie and say that we are ahead, but we're not behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Opponent doesn't have an Ulamog yet. I'm really afraid that opponent might be playing an Ulamog deck maybe, just because of like all of this ramp and all of these things. So like, opponent, please don't be playing Ulamog as well. I don't want to run into another Ulamog. So you're probably seeing the kind of other side of this deck. Chandra Awakened Inferno. That's very annoying. It's gonna kill all of my board. It's literally gonna kill all of my board.
And no one is telling me what to do.
Yep. I mean, sadly, this is not an elemental. If only you were an elemental Jet Presence.
Bigger explosions are more fun.
I mean, you could have attacked first opponent, but who am I to judge? Really, who am I to judge? Blast Zone is a good pickup. I think we Elspeth Conquers that. Deal with this, and then after we deal with this, we maybe get back our Jet Presence in a couple of turns, so that's something to be excited about.
I can always do better.
If opponent overextends, we also have our Uncloak Giant ability, so I think we are good with that stage. So we're in a very good position currently, unless opponent actually has an Ulamog, and then we get Ulamog the next turn, because like there's a land, and then he untaps, and then he draws a land, he plays it, Ulamog, we're dead. I mean, yeah, we're literally dead. I don't think I have a way to deal with Ulamog in this deck besides the Elspeth Conquers Death, but I mean, if he plays Ulamog, I mean, it's already on the field anyways. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Opponent is thinking, and I'm very afraid of what this implies, because like, he is really thinking. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No Ulamog quite in sight yet. I'm very afraid. I'm really afraid of a potential Ulamog. Opponent, what's up? Alright, so he shocks. So Ulamog is definitely an option now. Is this Ulamog? I don't think it's Ulamog, because like, who would have waited that much to play as Ulamog? Probably no one. So Beast Whisperer is fine. I hope he extends. Yes, yes. Yes, opponent, play your threats so they can get board wiped. Nice, let's give him the nice. Nice, nice. Very nice, he's a champ. This is a JoJo reference for for people who don't watch JoJo. I highly recommend you watch that anime. It's just super, super funny. Alright, so we deal with our opponent's board quite again. And now, I think we might just be back into this game, especially with our Elspeth Conquers Death getting us back something. This is annoying, but I mean, at least it didn't happen last turn, so I can still get back things with the Elspeth Conquers Death. What could be, I mean, what else do you have, opponent? Like, you kind of need to chill. What could you have currently? I think he just has, I really don't know what he could have currently in his hand. I think they're just lands. So maybe this to kind of get back into the game with card advantage, or just Spawn of Mayhem. I think Spawn of Mayhem is decent. We give him a +1/+1 counter. We memory leak just to like know what the hell is going on with our opponent's hand. Acheron War, I think we just take control of that, and then ram through is annoying, but whatever he rams through, he just murders Rider. And I think we're good. I think we're super good currently. We're at 21 life, although I never thought that life is important in Magic. Oh no, we're not at 21, actually we're at 19 because he's gonna exile something with his God of Destiny. So unless he top decks something with Hexproof, I can always murder Strider, whatever he, Swift End, whatever he fights with our Spawn of Mayhem. So I think I'm good. So opponent, what's the plan? He's reading his ram through, so I'm assuming he did top deck a creature. The only thing that would be very annoying is him top decking a creature that has a very high devotion and then he plays ram through on his Clothis. That way we can't even do anything about it, or he just top deck the land, I guess, and then he doesn't do anything with it. Banishing Light deal with this is a very cool option, so like we want to just go for that. So Banishing Light, get rid of this, and now opponent is just dead next turn if he doesn't do anything about the sport state. I mean, yes, my deck is a control deck, but apparently it's just running as an aggro deck currently, so that's something to think about. Magic is always flexible, never think you're into any strategy, and with that we just earn our game. So we are currently 4-1, and I'll show you one more game, and then I'll split the last 3 hopefully into the other video that I'm gonna upload hopefully today. I don't want to make the video too long, and that's why I'm splitting the games. Do let me know in the comments down below if you prefer me splitting the games, if you prefer me playing each game alone. Just tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it. Now the main reason I am splitting the game, besides just me not being able to constantly record footage because I do have to do other things like work, the other reason is mainly that my internet is super bad currently, and the longer the video is, the longer it takes to upload. So I decided that instead of having a full video that's going to take like around 7 hours to upload, I'd rather split them into small parts, and that way I thought that's better. I think this hand is super good, especially that we have the Bloodfast and the Dawn of Hope. That's a very cool combo, and we have Mastermind's Acquisition to fetch whatever we need, so I think I'm definitely going to keep. We're going to play our Triumph on turn 1. That way next turn we have definitely whatever colored mana we need. Opponent is going to keep on playing the whole game thinking that we are a 3-colored deck, and opponent is going to be surprised when we don't play any red spells. Like we're literally not playing any red spells in this deck. Mastermind's Acquisition could be fun if I fetch something from the from the sideboard, but I don't think we're going to get into that position. So I'm going to keep my Swamp as much as possible in hand, just for like the turn when I play Dread Presence. So if you don't see me playing the Swamp directly next turn, if I draw planes, it's that reason mainly, because I want to have the Swamp in my hand to ensure that I at least get one trigger from this Dread Presence. Now the options for next turn could be activate the Bloodfast, or they could be play Dawn of Hope. I think activating the Bloodfast currently is my plan, because next turn I get to play Dawn of Hope and then also activate the Bloodfast, and then we could turn after play Dread Presence, play a threat. Alright, so opponent's playing hasty creatures. Let's try to dig for a Vanishing Light. Or Chainer's Edict could work, I mean. Alright, so we have a good curve now. We can Chainer's Edict, and then we can play Dawn of Hope, and then that way next turn we have the, in case he plays another threat, we have the Murderous Rider route, we have the Dread Presence route. We have a bunch of options currently. Like really a bunch of options. I mean, off the top of my mind, we can use Acquisition, we can use Rider, we can use Dread Presence land. Rekindling Phoenix would be annoying to deal with, not gonna lie, but that could be dealt with later on with Murderous Rider end step, Dread Presence, play land, shoot down the token. That could be an option. That's exactly not something I can deal with. Like really, that's not something I can deal with without the Rider. So we can't activate this if I want to use the Rider. So I think actually we can, but I don't think I'm gonna, just because I want to keep the Swamp once again for the turn where I play the Dread Presence. So I think we just do this, and then we play our Crypt Caves, and then we just pass. Hopefully opponent is actually gonna play something that I can shoot down with this Dread Presence to make my turn cooler. Opponent, please make my turn cooler. You know you want to like make my turn cooler, so like might as well just go for that. Mega Godzilla, it's not something I can shoot down either. Opponent really is insisting on not letting me shoot down his threats. What does this have now? Reach? Alright. Him getting Hexproof isn't a problem because I can just Chainer's Edict in the future, and that's cool. Ritual of Soot, I think it's too bad to just hit one creature with it, so like I'm not gonna do that. I think we're gonna Dread Presence, we're gonna play a Swamp, deal 2 to my opponent, And then now we gain back the life that we're gonna use for our Bloodfast, or we could just pay 2 to draw. I think I'm gonna go with pay 2 to draw, tap out, and maybe make our opponent extend quite a bit. And then if he extends something that's 3 mana or less, a Ritual of Soot just becomes way better. I don't think there's anything that gives this indestructible, there's not. So I think we're quite fine, really. I mean, even if opponent doesn't deal with our Dread Presence, Ritual of Soot does not touch it when it board wipes. So I think that's super cool. And then it leaves us with 2 mana to activate our Bloodfast. And then the combo currently I told you about, which is playing a land, shooting something for 2, gaining 2, activating Dawn of Hope, is online. I don't feel like my Dread Presence is gonna survive, really. Sadly, opponent take control of it. That's not something cool, opponent. That's very rude. Taking control of people's creatures is rude. So let's see. What's the best sequence of events currently? I think we just Ritual of Soot and then we Memory Leak. Or actually, I think Memory Leak first makes more sense to me. Just because I get to see what's happening with my opponent's hand before making any rash decisions. So let's see. Fight with Fire. I mean, all of this is really, really bad, honestly. Let's see. So this deals 4 to my face. He's not. This would deal with my Dread. I mean, would kill my Dread Presence. So I think this is the most annoying thing currently. This would take care of our Chainer's Edict, but I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, I don't want him to kill my. If he wants to kill my Dread Presence, I would want him to use another spell to do that. And I think that's the best thing we can do. We can activate Dawn of Hope and then block whatever he attacks with instead of actually using Ritual of Soot. I think I wait for him to play his Direfleet Daredevil before activating my Ritual of Soot. So creatures, my creatures attack my opponent if they can, and that's not something they can do because they're not with me. I will miss you, Dread Presence. I'm assuming Dread Presence is dead, honestly. As long as this doesn't get flying, we can block it. If it does get flying, I think it's fine. I mean, maybe opponent even to stop my Dawn of Hope block, he uses one of his removal spells. That's not something I'm sad about. The thing I'm really worried about is a Fight with Fire for 10, but opponent is quite far off that shot currently. What could he take? Memory Leak. I do not think that the Memory Leak through, but I mean, Mastermind's Acquisition is just another board wipe in case we need it. Alright, so he does go for the Memory Leak route, and that's okay, really. That's really okay, sadly. We're gonna lose our Ritual of Soot, but we still have our Mastermind's Acquisition, so I think I'm fine. Alright, so we still have our Mastermind's Acquisition again, which is fine with me. What does this get now? Don't get flying, please don't get flying. That's Death Touch. Okay, I'm fine with that. Really fine with that. So opponent attacks, we're just gonna activate our Dawn of Hope. Alright, so this is definitely a Dawn of Hope turn. And then do we just block or do we leave it for next turn? Let's see. Next turn 1, 2, 3, 4, Mastermind's Acquisition. And then we could play Murderous Rider. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have the mana to activate the Dawn of Hope anyway, so I think we just do it now. We're down to 10, which is quite scary if you ask me. So I think we just play our Murderous Rider. This is gonna flip next turn though. No, it flips when I have less than 5 life. And then we're gonna play Mastermind's Acquisition, search my library for a card, get a board wipe. Where are you, board wipe? I think the Giant currently is the better board wipe just because it leaves me with a creature. So where are you, Giant? We're gonna get our Uncloak Giant, and then we just pass and hope to survive. I do think we survive, really. I mean, we get back our creature, opponent has to deal with a Dread Presence, and maybe he doesn't think that I search for a board wipe just because I have a Dread Presence on the field. Opponent has many options. Currently he can kill off something, escape this back. He could deal damage to us, escape this back. So he can deal, this is escape 3, right? Yeah. So he could Slaying Fire, deal 4 to something, kill off something. Then after he does, so it's 1, 2, 3, kill off something. He can't do both. Yeah, he can't do both. I'm sorry, I didn't count the mana correctly. He could double removal. Alright, he doesn't even double removal. He attacks. If he attacks with just the Godzilla, I don't really know what I do. I think we just block this Direfleet Daredevil with the Rider, and then we let this through because this is technically just 1 damage, and I'm fine with the 1 damage, really. And then we have a Chainer's Edict to punish him for attacking with just the Mecha Godzilla. Opponent might just fight with fire, or this is split among any target you need, right? So he could now next turn, oh no, it says target creature, he can't divide them unless he kicks. So maybe he uses a Slaying Fire just because he's worried about my Chainer's Edict. I mean, the only problem with actually using the board wipe next turn would be the sad fact that I would have to deal with the Phoenix of Ash in the future, and that's not something that I'm excited about. But I think just having enough creatures is enough for me to board wipe. Yeah, I think we board wipe. I mean, the board wipe is gonna set us back. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to board wipe. This might be a game we lose. This might be definitely a game we lose. So I'm sorry, guys, but like that's how life is turning out. Or actually, I don't think we lose just because this is going to flip next turn. This is actually a giant. Why did I not realize that first? Thanks. Yeah, this is a game we definitely lose just because I didn't know that Mega Godzilla is a giant. Yeah, it is a misplay from my side, but like I never really thought that this looks like a giant. I mean, his name is Crystalline Giant, but I know him as Mega Godzilla. So like, alright, this is a very funny turn of events. Yeah, we're just dead because you can just play his Phoenix of Ash and then attack with it. I should have searched for Shatter the Sky. I really should have searched for Shatter the Sky. Maybe we survive one more turn? I mean, seems very unlikely because like opponent doesn't have the mana to pump. So we survive one more turn. We literally survive one more turn, and it's a hard life currently. So we're definitely gonna transform this. Shatter the Sky is good, and then like we can play our Spawn of Mayhem, and then we can't sacrifice it too. So do we just play the Runcloak Giant? And then Runcloak Giant, we can sacrifice it the turn after. And we can block, and sacrifice it, but this has First Strike Death Touch. So I mean, we play this, we sacrifice it. But he could just pump this, so 1, 2, 3, he can pump it twice. That gets it to 5, 7. I think I just board wipe now and then wish for the best. Yeah, I think that's the position we put ourselves in, board wiping and then wishing for the best. I'm not dead to anything with haste just because of the Dawn of Hope, so that's something I'm quite happy about. He has the mana to escape this again, yeah. I think the Cloak Giant would have been the more correct route. I think I'm misplaying quite a lot this game. I'm really sorry, guys. Not thinking clearly. I'm really not thinking clearly at this stage. Opponent is not thinking of, he's thinking of escaping, yeah. I think this is definitely a game we lose. I don't think we have any spot removal for 2 mana, but we're gonna try to dig for it. Let's see what happens now. What happens now? Yeah, I think we're just dead. Good game. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry I misplayed. This is all my fault once again. I think that's gonna be pretty much it for the video. It's sad to end this video on a sad note, but don't worry about it. We shall come back from this. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.